Hi, I'm Shelly Netzer-Edgerton, and this is Green Rose Edge. I've been watching shows like Good Eats and cooking shows. I love to cook. And it's funny, anything on TV and stuff, you rarely see, they'll make, like pie crusts and bake, but you rarely see this. It is called a pastry blender. The best item for working a dough and not using your hands to warm the dough for things like biscuits and pie crusts. This makes much more tender, flaky, nice, good tasting pie crust. And it cuts your butters in without using two knives. Two knives will take too long. Your butter will start to melt. This works so much better. I worked at a grocery store and I was in the bakery, and I even talked to this guy, said he couldn't make pie crust because he just couldn't get the two knives work to cut the butter in fast enough, and he could never make the good pie crust. He's like, his teacher never said anything about it. Well, this is what a pastry blender is. The best tool for a baker. And I've had people who have told me they were classically trained Italian bakers and they didn't even know what a bench scraper was. It's a square. I can't find mine right now. I would have been, but it is a must-have. It's a board scraper that you can find on Alton Brown, Good Eats. He uses it for garlic. He uses it for a lot of things. So if you see like a recipe, you'll see what it is. It's a square piece of metal with a handle. It's it's really good. That is called a bench scraper or a bench knife. In baking, the bench is your work surface, where you knead your dough or where you work with layering, folding, roll out your pie crust, your dough, knead it if you're making something that you want to be tough and chewy. It's tough and chewy. The chewier breads and stuff are because of gluten. Everyone knows about that and all. So your work surface is the bench. Your bench scraper is to clean the bench flour off before you put new bench flour. The bench flour is the same flour you use, all-purpose flour, same thing you use for all your baking, it's regular old flour, and you just put it down on the surface of your work surface to keep things from sticking. But in baking, they call it the bench flour. Bench is your work surface. So the bench is the work surface. The bench knife is used to scrape down and the bench flour is the flour. This. So I'm not making a pie crust right now or anything, but I just have been watching all these shows where on Good Eats and stuff, and I just think everyone should know about this tool, and you shouldn't be making pie crusts and pastries and stuff without it. It is the most, of all the items that are out there, all these gadgets that you see all over the place, they really need the pastry blender. Is the best specialized item you'll find. It is so worth it. My pie crusts are so much better for it. I mean, my hands, if I did all my mixing with my hands when I'm doing this, oh my God. And most of the stuff, you don't need anything else. I mean, this would makes my pie crust so much better. I'm not much of a baker. In fact, I'm a horrible baker. But I can make fantastic pie. It's so easy. Just lay out some fruit, put a little sugar and cinnamon or ginger or some spice, and let it sit. Put the pie crust on it. Makes wonderful pies. And nobody ever knows about the pastry blender. Just that in a bowl, little flour. Maybe later I'll actually do a pie crust. Well, so if you liked my story, if you liked my video, put comments down below and subscribe to my channel. I might actually start this. I love to cook. I will do videos on anything else if you want. So this is Shelly Netzer-Edgerton, and this was Green Rose Edge. Thank you.